In September 2025, major changes are coming to the age pension in Australia, and every pensioner, retiree and carer needs to pay attention. Beginning on 20th September 2025, pension payments will increase as part of the government's biannual indexation process. This adjustment affects not only the age pension, but also the disability support pension, carer payment and veterans payments. According to official figures from Services Australia and the Department of Social Services, single pensioners will see an increase of $29.70 per fortnight, while couples will each receive an extra $22.40 per fortnight. This is designed to protect older Australians against rising living costs by linking payments to wages and inflation. Since the Labor government took office in 2022, these steady increases now mean pensioners are receiving nearly $5,000 more per year than they were 3 years ago. But there's another side to this story that not everyone is aware of. Along with the increase in the base rate, the government is also adjusting deeming rates, which are used to calculate the assumed income from your financial assets, such as savings, shares, or managed investments. From 20 September 2025, the lower deeming rate will rise from 0.25% to 0.75%, and the upper deeming rate will increase from 2.25% to 2.75%. This change could reduce the payments some pensioners receive, especially those with significant financial investments. Estimates suggest that more than 771,000 retirees may be impacted, meaning that while the fortnightly pension amount increases on paper, the actual payout for many could be smaller once deemed income is recalculated. The reason for this deeming rate change lies in the history of government policy. During the COVID-19 pandemic, deeming rates were frozen at historically low levels, saving pensioners around $1.8 billion collectively. That freeze officially ends in September, with rates now moving back toward pre-pandemic settings. Treasury and the Department of Social Services argue that as interest rates in the economy rise, it is no longer reasonable for deeming to remain so low. However, advocacy groups such as National Seniors Australia warn that this will create a two-tier system. Those who rely solely on the pension will benefit from the increase, while those with modest investments could see their entitlements eroded. To understand the impact, let's look at two examples. For a single full-rate pensioner with minimal assets, the increase of $29.70 per fortnight is a straightforward gain. There is no deemed income to offset it, so the benefit is clear. On the other hand, a part-rate pensioner with $400,000 in savings and shares may find their deemed income rising under the new rates. That extra assumed income reduces their pension entitlement, and in some cases, the increase is wiped out entirely. For couples with larger investments, the effect can be even greater. The message is clear. The September increase is not universally good news. It depends on your financial position. These pension changes are part of a wider cost of living response rolled out in the 2025-26 financial year. From July 2025, Australia saw an increase in the minimum wage, an expansion of parental leave entitlements, adjustments to superannuation guarantee rates, and new thresholds for Centrelink payments. The pension changes arriving in September are the next stage in this cost of living package. The government frames this as balancing fairness, providing more to those who need it most, while adjusting policies that have been artificially generous since the pandemic. So what should you do as a pensioner or soon-to-be retiree? First, log into your myGov account around mid-September and check your new pension rate. Do not assume that your payment has gone up just because the government announced increases. For many people, especially those on a part pension, the deeming rate change will create a different outcome than expected. Second, if you have significant assets, it may be wise to speak to a financial advisor or a free Centrelink financial information service officer to understand how your payments will be recalculated. Small changes in how your assets are structured can sometimes protect you from losing benefits. Finally, keep track of these shifts because indexation happens twice a year, again in March, and further changes may arrive in the May 2026 federal budget. This pension adjustment also raises a bigger question. Is the system still fair? Some argue that linking pensions to both inflation and wages is critical to protect older Australians from poverty. Others point out that deeming rates are an outdated tool since they do not reflect the actual income retirees earn on their investments. With interest rates moving up and down, many believe the system needs an overhaul so that pensioners are not penalised for simply having savings. The September changes will reignite this debate, especially as cost of living pressures remain the number one political issue in the country. For you, the key takeaway is simple. From 20 September 2025, if you are on the full age pension, you should expect a clear boost, around $772 more per year for singles. But if you are on a part pension with investments, be prepared that your actual increase may be far smaller once deeming rates are applied. The winners and losers will become clear when the first updated payments hit bank accounts at the end of September. So here's my question for you. Do you think it's fair that pensioners with savings are effectively penalised while full rate pensioners gain the most? Share your view in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this update valuable, make sure to hit like, share this video with other pensioners you know, and subscribe to Centrelink Australia Pensions so you never miss a critical update. We'll continue tracking these policy changes, explaining how they impact your wallet, and breaking down government decisions in plain English.